This is left side of the brain. How y'all doing today? Coming at you with another one. We've been going in heavy these last few videos. I know I'm turning up the volume on the information. We getting close to 2020. Why play around? This is Organic Portal University. Each and every one of you. By the time you finish this channel this summer semester, you will be an honorary student graduating and getting ready for the winter and the fall semester. Hope you all enjoying your day. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Today I want to talk about the pretentious nature of humanity. Which way shall I go? Left or right? We're going to take the left path, the left side of the brain. Let's go down this path. Beautiful out here, people. Very beautiful. We're going to talk about the pretentious nature of us humans. We live a very pretentious life. What do I mean by that? What I mean is we have to pretend that we have a purpose. We have to make ourselves think that we have a purpose. But in reality, we live within the makeup of our mind. So basically you can say we live in a make-believe world based on the premise that we have to pretend that we have a purpose. Is that not the definition of make-believe? Remember when we was kids, we used to make believe when we were playing. If you were a girl, when you was playing with your Barbies, you was creating a make-believe world. You had your Ken doll. You had your little Barbie. In fact, somebody commented in the comment section about when they was a kid and they were playing with Barbies and Ken dolls. So that's a perfect example. Remember, man, when you was a kid and you was living in that make-believe world, creating what it is that you wanted to do, creating your purpose. So as a child, as a young man, you was playing with your little fire truck. Remember? You was playing with your G.I. Joes. Remember? You wanted to be an 18-wheeler truck driver, creating a make-believe world. Already setting up your environment, creating your purpose. Even as a child, remember? Yes, we've all been down that path. We've all been down that path. And these thoughts came to me as I awoke this morning. Getting ready for the day like I always do. Exercising, getting up out of the bed, washing up. But before I do any of that, I do my calisthenics. I do my sit-ups. I do my push-ups. I do my shadow boxing. But while I was doing all of this, I was thinking about purpose. And do we really have a purpose? Or am I just getting up, creating a purpose? Because essentially when I thought about it, I said to myself, I have everything that I need. It's not that we have a purpose. What we have expectations. We have expectations that we put upon ourselves. These expectations come from outside sources. We are told this from a child, that we can grow up to be that very thing that you was playing out as you was a kid in your make-believe world. We were told these things. But is that really your purpose? Think about that. Let that sink in. Just because you want to do something, does that mean that's your purpose? Is purpose what we want to do? Think about that. Or is that just a make-believe idea of who we are? And in that make-believe world, you can always switch it up. You can always switch it up. You can change your mind. You can jump from career to career. And what happens is, in the midst of the chaos, that's what I like to say it. That's what I like to call it. In the midst of the switching up, you become confused. And then people, they tend to become depressed because they feel like they're not meeting up to this standard of expectations. But is expectations purpose? And this is what depression stems from. This is what feelings of worthlessness stems from. Because in your chasing for purpose, you find out that when you gain or become that doctor, or you become that lawyer, or you become that professional NBA basketball player, or when you become that Mr. Romeo, that womanizer, you still feel void. You still feel empty because you are chasing something that doesn't exist. What are you saying? What are you saying, left side of the brain? You telling me I'm living in vain? If you are chasing a purpose, you are chasing something that doesn't exist. Purpose does not exist. I'm trying to tell y'all. Think about it. God lived for eons before time in a purposeless realm of existence, just living, already knowing everything, already knew his destiny. He has no fate. God has no fate because he's God. He's omnipotent. He's omnipresent. He's omnipotent. He has no purpose except being God. He don't need us. He don't need you. He don't need love. He don't need any of that. Perfect, roundabout, in and of itself, God is perfection. God is purpose. He's not thinking about purpose. Okay? So yes, you are chasing something that doesn't exist. And what you find, you'll find yourself on a goose chase, a wild goose chase. And you never catch up with that sad thing that you are chasing. So you wind up feeling disappointed. You wind up feeling like a failure. So because we have egos, and by the way, egotism, I don't know if I said this yet, but egotism, it leads to everything lower nature. It leads to everything that's negative. Competition leads to jealousy. Jealousy stems from egotism. Why is she with him and she should be with me? That's your ego speaking to you. I feel like a loser because I see this person on TV, and if he's good enough to be on TV, I know I'm good enough to be on TV. That's your ego. Remember, everything we do is based in the sin nature of egotism. So, but we are told that we have purpose because God created us. Okay, if we came from God, who again, not searching to be anything, has no destiny, has no fate, because he already is who he is. If you came from a point of origin that was purposeless, and if we are creating an image of God like they tell us, then what does that mean? Right, little young Sherlock, you got it. If we are the reflection in the mirror of a God who has no destiny, who has no fate, who in and of itself is perfect, peace, not wanting anything, then what does that mean for you? If you are a reflection of that, that means you too are already in that state fulfilled. And because you are in that state fulfilled, it's like this. It's so daunting to think about it that you actually come from a divine source. People, we so miraculous in our own being because we are extensions of the Creator that we don't believe it. It's so grand. It's so grandeur that we don't believe it. So because we don't believe it, and I'm around leaves, believe, get it? Believe it. That's just a little humor. But because we don't believe it, we come outside of the all-knowing. And the all-knowing allows us to go outside of itself because in our rebellious state, we're searching for something. That's why this awakening process, it brings you back to life, the life of fulfilled. You're full of what it is that you are already. Let me word that right. You are, because again, this type of topic is in the infantile stages. So that's why on this channel, you'll notice I have to come up with terminologies because they didn't teach us this in school. They didn't teach all of this in religions and everything. So as we do these videos, we have to come up with terminologies. Even when I look in the comment section, I see people decoding words, and I encourage y'all to keep doing that. I see people making up terminologies. We have to do that because, like I say, all of this information, they want to keep hidden from us. But they can't hide it from us because they don't own it anyway. They want to suppress us from going into the true nature of who we are. So that's why they put us through schools anyway. They try to reprogram us or put programming inside of us on top of what we already know. That goes all the way back to the time before the great falling away. So what I'm saying is, sometimes the Most High will let you learn a hard lesson. One of those hard lessons in life that it will allow you to learn is feeling depressed and lonely. Why are you feeling depressed and lonely? Because you are searching for purpose, and purpose does not exist. Just like the Creator, you are a reflection of a God who does not have a destiny. Your destiny has already been fulfilled. It's just like that group called Destiny's Child. If you are the child of destiny, then you have the DNA of your parent. You have the DNA of destiny. Destiny already fulfilled. Like that group named Destiny Child. So if I am from the one who already has no destiny, he is destiny fulfilled, then so am I. You heard the saying, an apple, it doesn't fall too far from the tree. Haven't you all heard that saying? And it's true. An apple does not fall too far from the tree. So with that being said, am I not the same as my Father? What did Jesus say? He said, me and my Father are one. Notice when you read the story of Jesus, he was a man. He came to earth with a knowing of himself. He was assured within himself. He knew who he was. Okay? And because he knew, man, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all, I feel so relaxed right now, man. A peace just came over me that you wouldn't understand. I feel good, man. Like, now I can kind of sense how Adam and Eve would have felt. Because in the Garden of Eden, let's just say this, the Garden of Eden. They wouldn't be searching for anything. Everything is already here. You see what I'm saying? The earth has supplied us. The ground, it grows food. We got water. We got everything we need. We got each other, the united souls. We have everything we need. You see what I'm saying? I feel so good right now just doing this video, man. I'm telling you, it's nothing like a nature walk. Because remember I said that you don't need language to get a lesson. When you are in a peaceful sanctuary, you don't need words, you don't need numbers, you don't need arithmetic, you don't need writing. When you are in a peaceful place, all you need is just look. Just look. I mean, if you was out here with me, say if you was a girl and you was with me right now, one of you girls watching this video, and we was out here on a date or whatever, we was just walking around holding hands. I've been in that situation before. When you with a woman and you really feel her and she feels you, the energy between you and her is already there. You don't have to do a lot of talking. You and that girl will be instantly kissing, caressing each other. And I've noticed that every girl that I've been with that we didn't hit it off per se, it's because the energy won't clicking. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, we ended up having to use a lot of words. You ever been out on a date with a girl and you have to talk a lot, and she's asking you all these questions? If that's the case, it's because you and that person is not hitting it off. If that girl was in the presence of a man who she really liked, she would just start screaming, ah, oh, I can't believe, like girls do at concerts. The man on the stage at the concert, he don't have to do a bunch of talking and stuff. That girl is already captivated just by being in his presence. Y'all see what I'm saying? He's already fulfilling her. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same way with being in nature. You don't have to use a lot of words because the beauty is awe-inspiring in itself. There's nothing to be said in the presence of majestic mountain scenes, trees. You see what I'm saying? Majestic trees. What is there to say? No word can captivate the beauty. You can talk about it all you want, but you can't write about something and make somebody feel it more than actually being in the presence of something. That's why they say when you're in the presence of God, it's nothing to say. Like I just experienced back there. I was just in a peaceful state where there was nothing to say. Words, if I started saying, I would start doing the moment injustice. My words are too little to describe what I was saying back there. Okay? And that's the thing, man. Going back to the top of what I was saying. We coming outside of ourselves looking for purpose. And we wind up feeling lost. Of course you're going to feel lost. You was in fulfillment and you stepping out of fulfillment on a meaningless journey. You see what I'm saying? And funny, I said meaningless journey, and here goes somebody with a backpack like they on a journey. That went right with the message that I was saying. Right with the message. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't say nothing to her because, I ain't gonna say nothing. But anyway, I was about to say something, but I'm gonna just chill. We being serious. And, you know what I'm saying? We get out of ourselves going into chasing things because we are following others. We see other people doing it, so we do it. Prime example. When you stop at a stoplight, you stop at the stoplight because other people stop at it. You go at the green light because other people going. I thought before, I said, what would happen if people stop submitting to the stoplight? What would happen? You see what I'm saying? Who programmed people when they see a light, they just stop? And then when they see, have y'all ever thought about that? It's like stoplights to me, I think that came from the sun. The sun is like a light. And when people see it, they just wake up. It's kind of like go. It's like the green light, go. Because when the light comes up, what do you see? You see green. When it's dark, you don't see the green because the light isn't exposing the trees are green. So when you wake up in the morning, you see the green grass, you see the green trees. I think that's where they got the green light for go from, the stoplight. That's just a little something I wanted to put in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, where am I at? Well, I'm just walking down this trail. And you know why I was about to say, I hope I don't get lost. The only reason why people get lost is because it goes back to that thing I was saying. You get lost when you think you have a purpose. A person becomes lost when they are depending upon other people. A person becomes lost when they haven't embraced loneliness. Other people make you feel like you lost. A person is only lost in their mind. If you lose something and stop caring about it, then it's no longer a loss. If you out in the woods and you get lost, it's no longer a loss if you accept your situation. So really, there's no such thing as lost. You see what I'm saying? These are concepts that are put inside of us. When somebody say lost, loss comes from the word fear. That's the true meaning of lost. You fear being in a unfamiliar place. And because you fear, that's cool. That dude, he got a one of them he got a motorized that dude, he got a motorized skateboard thing. That's cool. That was cool. So what happens is you fear being lost because you are somewhere that's unfamiliar. So the unfamiliarity makes you feel lost. But again, can God feel lost? No, God cannot feel lost because he is all powerful and nothing can hurt him and nothing can harm him. God is who he is because of his mind state. You too can be God if you change your mind state. Dropping fear, dropping the idea of purpose and chasing purpose, being afraid of being by yourself. You too can experience what God is. Only thing you got to do is just change up the way you think. The only thing that separates you from God is really nothing, because I was going to say the body. The body is just what plugs you into this world. God is a realm, a consciousness. You see what I'm saying? It's a consciousness. Once you embrace that consciousness, that's when you become God. And God is not looking to be worshipped. See, God is not an egotistical being like we try to make him in these religious books. He just wants us to worship him. God does not want to be worshipped. That type of God who wants to be worshipped is a God of egotism. So if you believe that, then you would say that God is the creator of egotism. Think about it. If God is all powerful, if he is all powerful and he needs somebody to worship him, that means he would have been the originator of egotism. You get what I'm saying? Because he would have created something within himself, a paradigm within himself saying, I want to be worshiped. But he's already all powerful. So why would he have to create beings to worship him? You see, that would be like a false purpose, creating people for a false purpose based upon egotism. And y'all, I'm about to turn around because this trail, man, it goes miles back here. You know what I'm saying? This trail is long, man. There's no telling what's back here, man. Look at this, y'all. I hear stuff walking around. Ain't nobody back here but me. It feel good though, man. It's like, have you been in the woods and it just feel like the trees, man? You can feel like this cloud of, these trees got life, man. I don't care what nobody say. These trees are alive. I could walk all the way down there, but I'm gonna turn around. Man, this trail go far, y'all. It's fun back here too. But you know, I'm not out here by myself. I'm out here with you all. Even though I haven't posted this video yet, it's like I'm talking to y'all on a live stream. Cause that's what I'm imagining, that I'm on a live stream and I can see some of the people who comment regular in my mind. I can see them already posting comments in the live stream. And really, this video has already been posted. It's already been posted. Because once I posted, it was already in the DNA of my life story that I would post this. So it's already been posted. You are already watching it right now as I speak. I know that's probably too deep for a lot of people. That went over the heads of a lot of people, but it is what it is. This is Left Side of the Brain. Y'all know how we get down. This is Organic Portal University. Y'all know how we get down. So, going back to the top of what I was saying, God is self-fulfilling. He's already fulfilled. And he will allow us to chase our tail. Like, you ever seen a dog chasing his tail? And we end up in the same spot, just like that dog chasing his tail. You end up in the same spot on your bed, in that same puddle of tears, in that same puddle of tears on your pillow every night, because you chasing this world. You chasing people. You're not even chasing yourself. You chasing some girl. You chasing some career. You chasing something, trying to fill yourself up with something as if you are not that something. Because like I said, everything is make-believe. You can make believe that you already have success. I ask this question, what is success? What is success? If everybody died today and you was the last person in this world, would you still feel unsuccessful? Boom. That proves that success is a fallacy. It's based upon living for others. If everybody died today and you was the last person left, would you feel unsuccessful? Answer that question. No, most likely you wouldn't. Because it wouldn't be nobody to impress. You feel what I'm saying? Man, y'all, can you imagine being out here at nighttime and getting lost at night? And I just remember, I know not to go this way because I remember seeing this sign right here. And this sign say dogs must be restrained. So I know I didn't go down this way. I came up here, so I'm going to turn right here. Man, can you imagine being out here at nighttime? It'd be deers out here. Probably bobcats out here. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be out here at night. Shit. Nah, even if I had it, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I camped out in the woods at night one time. And it was cool. I was young. Have y'all ever been on a camping trip? If you haven't been on a camping trip, I'm going to say this. You haven't really lived as a earthling. Because our ancestors, they slept outside. I went on a camping trip one time and I was outside in the rain. It's a real experience, man. Actually sleeping in the woods. That's a real life experience, man. I think everybody should take a camping trip. You learn a lot about nature and who you are. You get to test your resilience. Because a lot of times in this life, we sheltered, man. That's why humans these days be complaining so much about everything. They be complaining about Donald Trump. Just complaining about everything. I don't even get caught. Have y'all noticed I don't be talking about politics and stuff? Because I don't get caught up in that stuff. Because I already know Those rulers of this world, they just a diversion, man. I mean, y'all know that really it don't matter who the president is. Those people, they just puppets. It don't matter how many times they change up the president of the United States. It's going to be what it's going to be. Those people, they sit in the seats of authority. They just a mask for the organic portals, the demons and the outer dimensional beings who control this world. They just control in human form through those presidents. Some of those presidents are shapeshifters, reptilians. Yeah, all that stuff is true, man. But this is not the time or place for that. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that go into that information, but I really don't delve into that type of stuff because, like I say, I mean, you can point out all the clones and organic robotoids, but what does that have to do with you? I'm trying to reach you on some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them things, they're not going to tell you who they are. So my channel is more about exposing the inner workings that they have played upon you all your life, the programming. As long as you can deprogram the chip and the bug that they put inside of you, then you good. Just think about these videos as therapy. You never seen me, I never seen you, but we can feel each other. See, this United Souls thing, it's about a connection. You know, the technology itself is a living proof example. Like, I can talk to you on the phone. You can talk to me on a live stream. All I see is a profile pic. But it's the communication, what we are saying, that's sparking us to come together. I don't have to see you. Because that you, that's just flesh. They're going to put that in the ground. That's not even really who you really are. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of like it this way anyway, because you can meet people and then stuff change up. People start looking at you and judging how you look and all of that type of stuff. You'll start falling into your lower nature instead of dealing with the message of the messenger, instead of getting caught up in the message. I mean, instead of, what did I say? You'll spend more time getting caught up in the messenger, the profile, his image, his persona, instead of listening to the message. You see what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with liking me as a personality, or you like my personality. That's because, say if you're a woman and you drawn to this message, you might like a man who think like this, because you probably come across a lot of men who deadbeats and trivial. They're part of the trivial society. So it's nothing wrong with that. I like women who can think like this, or who can come close to thinking like this. So I feel you, like, but we don't see each other. We're not like next door neighbors or anything, but we come here as an escape. And we escape our own shortcomings. We even escape our own shortcomings of, what if I met this person in real life? Not saying it would go bad, but we even escape our own shortcomings of getting caught up in people instead of the message. So that's why on this channel, we come together as united souls. We are in our different parts of the United States. Some people from Australia, Great Britain, Japan, all over. But one thing we have in common is we are seeking true knowledge. And that makes us all the same. In that regard, we are all the same. And that doesn't even matter. Everything else doesn't even matter, because 100 years from now, nobody that's here today is going to be here today. But the only people who die are the organic portal people, and the people who think like organic portals. Us, the people with souls, we live on forever. We never die. Because the truth, when all else fails, the truth prevails. That's a mantra that I have. When all else fails, the truth prevails. So us, the United Souls, we're going to be here forever and ever and ever. We're going to escape this life. We're going to escape this death and life cycle. And we're going to meet up one day on the astral realm. And we're going to remember each other by spirit. Because in that time, we're going to be separated from the body. And we're going to be in the true presence of the Most High. Where all this information is stemming from right now. We're going to meet up. And even me thinking about it is beautiful. Hold on. All right. Thought somebody was coming. I heard somebody in the background. It's all good, though. Yeah, so, let's see what time it is. It's 6:06. Good time. 6:06. We're going to meet up one day. And it's going to be all good. We're going to remember this. It's like, if I say something in these videos and you remember it during one of your day-to-day tasks, it's like I was right there with you. I don't have to be there with you to be there with you. You know what I'm saying? Information can touch us wherever we are. You see what I'm saying? Like, knowledge is universal. And traveling doesn't mean that you have to be in a specific point or location with your body. If my senses can look up at the sun, then I am at the sun. With my senses, with my sense of sight, I am at the sun. If I look up at the moon at night, with my sense of sight, I am on the moon. Location and being somewhere is determined by your senses. Your senses let you know where you are. If I take away the sense of sight, the sense of smell, the sense of touch, the sense of hearing, you wouldn't know where you are. But at the same time, you don't have to have all those senses experiencing a location to be there. So the definition of being somewhere is through the portal of your senses. At least one of those senses. So I'm saying all that to say this. We are with each other through our higher senses of touching each other with this knowledge, sharing the knowledge with each other. Even in the comment section, when we speak to each other, some people need this just to make it day to day. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I do these videos as a form of therapy. Some of you listen to these videos as a form of therapy. It's entertaining. Like one person put it. They said they like the red light editions because it's entertaining at night. It relaxes them. And I thought about what they said. And I was like, you know what? That's deep what that person said. Because what they saying is they would rather listen to this at night than music or some movie. You know what I'm saying? Just falling asleep with some bullshit playing in the background. They would rather go to sleep to this to relax their mind. Because you know what they say? At nighttime, you absorb more stuff in your subconscious, especially when you are getting closer to that dream state. That's why sometimes you can fall asleep with the television on and you can have dreams about what's playing on the TV. Look, y'all remember this? So I know where I'm going. Remember that? Hold up. No, it was the one up there. It was a sign. I was like, am I going to go left? I'm going to go right. I remember this sign though. So I keep going this way. Yeah, I keep going this way. That other sign that I did at the beginning of the video, it's up there somewhere. And it's cool too. Out here they have these little these little marker things, so people won't get lost out here, man. Cause that's that dude that was on that. Yeah, that's that dude on that thing. You see him? He on that this motorized skateboard. Dang, I need to get me one of them. Y'all know where I can get one of them at? Put it in the comment section. Help me out. Shit. What was I talking about? I was talking about, yeah. Somebody had left a comment about, this was entertaining. They fall asleep at night listening to this. I was like, cool. I get where they coming from. Because, hey. The lady stopped, She looked like she was trying to holler or something, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. Yeah. So I was like, my man's like the information at night. That's a good thing, man. Because, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm thinking about that at night? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about this morning, man. Relationships, right? Purpose. Sometimes we think relationships is our purpose, because you got to understand that we are put into pre-programmed bodies, and these pre-programmed bodies, they already come with parts assembled, like penis, testicles, breast for breast milk, and your soul was placed inside of it. So it's kind of like a subconscious symbol. When you look at your penis, that's a symbol to your brain that you are a man and you have a duty to fulfill, to find a woman, to get a woman pregnant. And a woman, she has breast, and she feels like she has a duty to fulfill, to get pregnant, to breastfeed. It's like a spoken, man, this video is getting long, man. It's like a spoken subliminal without words. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is what you got to do. So that's letting us know that this spirit that's inside of us, it's like a pre-programmed thing. Am I going the right way? Well, it ain't gonna be dark. It's about 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I'm good. Cause I know it'll be deers back here. Shit, bobcats. So it's like this pre-programmed thing, right? And I hear a lot of people, before I even go there, it's a lot of people saying they like the nature videos. So let me know if y'all like the nature videos, or do y'all like the red light edition videos? Because when I do the red light edition videos, that's when I go real deep. The nature videos, I go deep too. But when I do the red light edition videos, I go another type of deep. I go to that, touching that subject matter like suicide, and because I be in that state at those times of the night. You see what I'm saying? When I do these nature videos, I be deep too, but it be more on a cordial type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll be stopping, commenting about stuff, because I'm in nature right now. So it's like, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we be in these bodies, right? And these bodies, hold on, what was that? These bodies tell us what to do without saying it, just through the symbols of breast and things like that. Like, for instance, let me give you a good example. Thank you, Spirit. When you at a park or something, and the symbol for a male is on the door, and the symbol for a female is on the door, what distinguishes the male from the female is body parts. They'll have the female with a dress, and the male would be like a more straight up stick figure. You see what I'm saying? So you see it, and it has already told you, this is for the men. This is what a man's supposed to do. Go to this door. This is what a woman's supposed to do. Go through this door. So our bodies is symbology. You know what I'm saying? So what I was talking about, relationships, how it creates that subliminal and that living for others, in a sense of, when you see a man and you see a woman, you see body parts. And it instantly says something to you. You see a woman, she's beautiful, she got hips, she got breasts, she got lips, nice figure. First thing you're thinking about is sex. A woman see a man, she might think he's handsome, nice looking. I don't know what women really like. They like tall men, broad shoulders. He might got a deep voice. His voice might sound like left side of the brain voice. Nah, I'm just having fun. You know, but a woman, sometimes women like my voice, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. His voice may sound like my voice, you know what I'm saying? And a woman might like it. She sees me, I see her. It's a certain, boom. Back to the top. Yeah, you see the woman, she sees you, the body is speaking to each other, and you all are sending subliminals just by the body. Haven't even said a word, but your body is giving a subliminal message. And as soon as that happens, a chemistry occurs. When that chemistry occurs, science takes over. You're not even in your mind at that point. You are following chemical induced signals that are released in your brain. And I'm getting at something. At that point, you're just following chemical signals that are induced in the brain. And then you start following the program. You get into the relationship, and then you start living for the opposite sex. You see what I'm saying? You start doing things for the relationship, to maintain it. And that's why I'm in a state of, I'm tired of dealing with that. Because when you're on this level, talking about the stuff we talk about, and you're dealing with women, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with women out here and stuff, you're going to find yourself wasting a lot of time just trying to sleep with the opposite sex. Just trying to get into bed with the opposite sex. And women make you be dishonest with yourself. They'll have you'll be taking long walks in the park. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't mind walking in the park with a woman and all of that. If I already know that, usually when I already had sex with the girl and we already did something, she would have had to do something for me already before I come out my pocket paying for dinners and stuff. She got to at least, can we talk like adults? She got to at least give me a blowjob, give me some head. You know what I'm saying? Come over at night. I hit it off. You know what I'm saying? We have sex to early in the morning. We wake up. Then we go to the park or whatever. It's cool at that point. Before you get to that point and you a man and you just chasing after women, what's taking place is you are being hypnotized by those chemicals that have been released in your brain, which have you under the influence of the programmers who put that inside of you, those chemicals that's in your brain. You got to learn how to overpower that stuff. You got to learn how to overpower every chemical that's released in your brain, even that chemical of love. You got to know how to overpower wanting to be accepted. All of that stuff is chemicals that are put in us because the chemicals that's inside of us, it works opposite of what our spirit desires. It works opposite of who we really are. This body, we are in battle with this body every day. This body wants you to do one thing, but your true self, it wants to do something else. So you find yourself, you know what I mean? That's why they say, yeah, you find yourself like this, around the treadmill. And every night you back in the bed, on that pillow in that same puddle of tears every night. You know why? Because you keep, what they say the definition of a fool is, trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You ever seen a bird? It'll fly through a glass. It'll fly at a glass window and it hit itself and then it'll try to do it again. Because the animal, it It can't think outside of nature. That's why it keeps doing that, because it has no idea that nature created glass. It don't understand that. So in the bird's brain, it don't know how to differentiate between artificial transparency and just, breezing through the air. So it'll keep doing it, and it'll keep doing it, and it'll keep doing it over and over and over. I've seen cats chase windshield wipers. To them, it's just an animal or snake or something moving. They don't understand. They don't understand inventions outside of nature. They don't understand what a camera is. You see what I'm saying? Hope I'm not losing y'all. All I'm saying is you can get enslaved by your own consciousness. Basically, becoming a victim of your own imagination. Chasing everything. Your body is designed. It's a prison suit. So this prison suit is designed to fail. I'm going to repeat. This prison suit is designed to fail. If you don't exercise, your body going to break down. It's designed to fail. If you don't know who you are, you're going to keep chasing every girl you see, chasing everything, chasing every career, chasing everything, looking outside of yourself when you already have that purpose fulfilled, because you are connected to that. That's where you come from. That divine source. That's where you stem from. God, I'll repeat, God doesn't have a destiny. God is not looking for his purpose. If you have the DNA of God in you, you should reflect God. You should be just like him, on the same thinking wave. Okay? And what happens is when you outside of who you are, you find yourself competing with people and doing everything that's based in egotism and sin. Okay? And something else I wanted to say. These relationships, man. You know what else? These relationships are really demonic. That's right, I said it. These relationships are demonic. It's just like I said, having kids is demonic. These relationships are demonic. Now, they can be demonic. I'm going to put it like that. They are demonic when you are trying to gain the acceptance of somebody. Like, really, I thought about all these relationships that we be in with people trying to make friends and stuff. It's really just psychology that we playing on each other. You saying certain words to get the girl undressed. Should we have to play those type of games? And we are the crown of creation. We are humans. You know what I'm saying? Should we have to play games? We should be able to just look at each other and instantly, if we're going to have sex, you and the woman, it just goes like that. Why it doesn't happen like that is because of egotism, competition, and mind games. Mind games is nothing but witchcraft. So when a woman is trying to get something out of a man and she knows she ain't really trying to be with him and she's just trying to, have him pay her bills, and she using sex as bait and baiting him along with sex, and then, well, you haven't been a good boy today, and she cut the sex off. That's a form of witchcraft. And men can get caught up in that. I've been guilty of it before. We all been guilty of it. Because society makes men dishonest. And women accept the dishonesty. In fact, they benefit off of men having to be dishonest. Because in a dishonest world, it gives women the advantage. In a dishonest world, men have to placate to females. It's not the other way around. That's what this whole feminism thing is about. They got new terms out now, like toxic masculinity. And men have to feel shameful for being real men. So I know I would be labeled as a toxic masculine man because of the things that I'm saying. They would label me toxic masculinity. You see what I'm saying? Like, this dishonest nature, it benefits females. And that's why I say that women control the atmosphere. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is these relationships and stuff, pretty much everything I'm saying in a nutshell, anything that you're doing outside of yourself, it equals, in some form or fashion, it equals imprisonment. It equals heartache and pain. It equals that roller coaster ride. You've been on that roller coaster, going up and down, through loops, through twirls, having to jump through fire hoops for people to respect you, having to kiss up to people on your job. The easiest way to avoid all of that stuff, I'm gonna give y'all an easy way to avoid that by watching Left Side of the Brain channel. And I'm not just saying that just to pump myself up, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know it's a lot of videos on YouTube, but I'm gonna be honest. I think my channel is one of the top channels on YouTube. I think some of y'all would agree. I don't hear people saying the stuff that I put in my videos. I'm gonna just be real. Now, if it was, now it's probably a few people. It's a few people. Like, it's a few people who touch on stuff, but I'm talking about like getting down to it. It ain't too many people talking like this. I don't want to say I'm the only one, because that would sound arrogant or whatever. But you see what I'm saying? Even how I had to think and say that would sound arrogant or whatever. If I was just by myself, not talking to you all, I wouldn't have to say that. If I wanted to say, I got the dopest channel on YouTube, I put out the best information, it wouldn't matter because it was just me. But when you start dealing with other people, you have to like put a filter on your mouth. You got to because I'm dealing with YouTube, that's a prime example. I got to put a filter on the things I say. You see what I'm saying? Because they have community guidelines and restrictions. Because people are so, and most of the community guidelines and restrictions, it's not about you saying something that's not true. It's just about you saying something that offends someone. You see how they got to make us, you see how this feminist world is about making people dishonest? You can't be honest because you may offend someone. So you have to water it down. You have to water it down. That's what they do, man. They make us water ourselves down, man. And it just goes to show. I'm pausing because something in the corner of my eye caught my attention. Because when I'm out here, I'll be looking over my shoulder and stuff, because I'll be hearing people walking and stuff. But it just goes to show, man, when you walking outside of your fulfillment, your already fulfilled self, you have to deal with the chaos, man. Like the BS, the bullshit. That's the worst thing about living outside of nature. Like, if you was living off the grid, how many of y'all know what off the grid mean? That means like you living off the land, you grow your own food. Like, people who live off the grid, they have like electric panels where they get their energy straight from the sun. They irrigate their own water, grow their own food. That's what I'm going to eventually do in my life. Eventually, I already see it. Already see it. I'm going to be living out in nature. I'm going to have a woman who, she going to go along with everything I say. She going to be down with the ride. She going to be in agreement with what I'm saying. No disagreement. Because the worst thing to have as a man on this path is a female that is in contention with you. Because that doesn't work out. How can two walk together unless they are equally yoked? You can't have peace with a woman that has been brainwashed by this feminism world. You're going to find yourself, and those are the type of relationships I was speaking about. With them type of women, because I was in a situation like that yesterday with a female. Them the type of women that will have you doing things outside of yourself. A lot of times men get in these relationships with these women, and then they start thinking that their purpose is to satisfy this girl. So they start getting 2 jobs and 3 jobs to show her that you a man who can bring the bread to the table. Yeah, you getting your manhood from her saying that you know how to take care of the house, and that make you feel good. Really? So a woman is giving you the seal of approval for being a man. This is the type of stuff you have to deal with when you walking outside of your purpose and chasing a purpose. Man, this video has went longer than I expected. The reason why these videos sometimes they get longer than what I expect is because when I'm out in nature, I have nobody around me. I don't have to filter my mouth. And I know the crowd who I am speaking to, I know that this is a mature audience. Most of the people on this channel are mature. They keep coming back. I know the people. I know your comments. I know the regulars. But I think this video went long enough. We like an hour into it. Last time I checked my watch, it was 6:06. What time is it now? It is, hold on. It's 6:32. 6:32. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. So y'all tell me what's good. Class is over with for today. Hope y'all enjoyed it yourselves. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We are in the summer semester here at Organic Portal University. I mean, you're getting your degrees, your honorary degrees. We headed into the fall semester soon. This is summer semester. Tell me what y'all think about the video today. Was it uplifting? Was it edifying? Did it enrich your soul just by listening to it? I hope it did. I get it enjoyment by just telling you all these things. I love hearing the comments of appreciation. Every time I see one, I just light up. I read them. I'm like, yes, that's true satisfaction for me because I'm doing something just out of the goodness of myself. You know what I mean? And it feels good to just give something from the bottom of your heart. You know what I mean? And that's why I like doing these videos. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoy this. And I enjoy each and every one of you. I don't take nobody for granted. I appreciate all your comments. Let's build this Instagram subscription up, people. Y'all see Left Side of the Brain is dropping more videos. You all requested that I do this. So I'm trying to stay, more on top of it. I'm trying to stay more, what's the word I was about to use? I'm trying to stay more, what's the word? Regular? That's not a word I wanted to use, but I'm trying to stay more regular with the videos. And at least y'all can do is subscribe to the Instagram, get people to subscribe, bring people to the channel. We lost a lot of people the last time. Some of you are new to the channel now. The channel was removed. I almost started not to come back, but I just had to. I had too much left in the tank and I couldn't stop. I told myself, if I let them make me quit, then they defeated me. So I had to come back. You know what I mean? Another thing, some of you all, you getting this free summer school, enrichment, entertainment, education. Support the channel. Everything you give to the channel is coming right back to you. I'm setting up a merch lab. where I can sell paraphernalia, coffee mugs, t-shirts, jumpsuits. Give $5 or $8 or $10 a month or $20. Give to Left Side of the Brain. Only thing you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/left side of the brain. They'll draft $5 or $10 or $20 or however you want to give out of your bank account every month. It'll go to the channel. It's going right back to you. You know what I'm saying? Support the teacher for his time. And with that, I would like to say one last thing. Hurry up and subscribe to the Instagram. This live stream is taking too long, y'all. We hanging around 105, 110 people on Instagram. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than this. I mean, I'm coming here, giving my time. At least y'all can do is bring 3 people aboard. I know every one of y'all got 3 close friends on your Instagram list. Just shoot them a text. Say, hey, I got a channel that I listen to. I think you'll find it very interesting. Go ahead and subscribe to my man, Left Side of the Brain.